I'm bringing it in.
You bring it
This is me bringing it in.
Bring it in.
You have asked me to bring it in. I have brought it in.
This is funny. We've actually, tonight, and it's, by the way, it's been 2 months since we recorded a podcast on this show.
Yeah.
This is actually our second podcast of the night for both of us.
But this is our quarantine edition.
Yeah,
we've not really done a quarantine edition.
It's actually kind of pathetic that we haven't recorded a podcast at all during quarantine. We're actually now week 7 of the lockdown.
Yeah, but we're home all day with the kids, and we're like exhausted.
Well,
nighttime rolls around, and we're just like, yeah, we're gonna watch TV, not do anything, and then go to bed.
But that's what's weird though. Like, I have my podcast I've been doing, obviously. You just launched a new podcast, so you're dropping soon. Tonight alone, you were doing a podcast down here about 2 hours ago. At the same time, I recorded one of my podcasts upstairs in my office, and now we're doing this show together. Wow. Welcome to my world, babe.
Well, you feel like talking, so
yeah.
I'm here for you, babe.
I always feel like talking, you know
I'm
me.
Here
I'm a big mouth, you know that. So, are you enjoying lockdown 2020?
No.
No?
Look, it was great for like the first 2 weeks.
Was it really?
You know, I mean, it was a struggle, but it was like, oh, this is nice. I get to be home with my family. You know, we're not really doing much of anything. We're, watching movies with the kids. I get to show them, my old movies. I get to watch newer movies with them. It was like a nice 2-week staycation. But
it's tough, man. I was telling folks, I feel bad saying this. I think I said this on my show also once. Thank God I haven't got any blowback for that. But, and we love our kids to death. Like, they're our world. We love our boys. But, how much more fun would this whole thing be without kids?
It's a completely different situation.
Yeah.
Like when you have 2 kids just running around your house and you can't take them to the park and you can't take them to the pool and you can't take them to a friend's house and, like all the little things that you would do with your kids to entertain them and get their energy out in times like these, you can't do. So it's like constant chaos in the house, and like neither one of them really nap anymore. Like, Logan will take naps in the car when we go for drives, but, like, Eli definitely doesn't nap.
It's hard to keep structure, too, because, like, the only structure we do have, really, is that we've been able to take the kids out, like I said, from, like, drives out. We've been doing drives on the beach. Now we're not walking on the beach. We just drive on the perimeter of the beach.
Right.
Do hour drives, whatever. We get, like, a little lunch out there. We get out, like, all of a sudden now, in these last 7 weeks, my Chick-fil-A addiction's come back now. Like, seriously, it's been so bad. Like, every couple days I want Chick-fil-A.
You still have not tried the Popeyes spicy chicken, though, have you?
I thought I tried one of yours, a piece of yours, about 2 months ago when you got it. I made you give me a piece of it, and I actually did like it. I mean, it's not like blowing the world up. It's not worth getting murdered for.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else is doing, getting murdered for. That Popeyes.
I was never put in that position. I got it through drive-thru. It didn't take that long. It was, they weren't out or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, you haven't really, you've gotten back on this Chick-fil-A kick.
Yeah. You know what started my Chick-fil-A obsession started was that when I was interning at ESPN Radio back in 2013.
There.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all we got is Chick-fil-A every freaking day. Yeah. Like, it was like every day that's all we ate. So naturally, that's when it started, really.
Perhaps we should switch it up. Try Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Well, what's funny, there's a Popeye's next to our house, too. Actually, Popeye's is closer to our house than Chick-fil-A is.
Where is there a Popeyes?
The one down by Taco Bell. The one at my down the street. What Taco Bell's at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand it then.
So, 7 weeks in the quarantine, we're obviously over it now. I mean, I look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't hate this as much as I thought I would. Like, I do have moments of like, oh my god, I need to go outside, but for the most part, I've been okay.
What's funny is I hate it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I can be a homebody. Like, when I work, like, okay, before quarantine, I'm working long hours. And, like, I have no complaints. I absolutely love my job. I love the people I work with. Sometimes the customers can be something else, but
It's okay. That's here or there.
Exactly. And you have your days and stuff, but like I would like my days off. I'd be home during the week usually, because I work the weekends, but Eli would be in school, so like I got my time by myself with Logan because you would work during the day, so it would be me and Logan hanging out for the first few hours of the day until I had to pick up Eli from school, and then I enjoyed that time.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't have that time. I don't have that time alone with either kid, to just kind of hang out and really get to know them. I'm just dealing with them constantly running around together, being loud and crazy.
And the worst part, too, is the ages they're at. And again, we're not complaining, but you got a 7-year-old that's starting to come to his own.
That's the thing.
3-year-old needs attention.
Logan at 3 years old and Eli at 3 years old are two different kids, but their personalities separately. Like, I was a stay-at-home mom with Eli.
Yeah.
So, I was with him till he was like 4, I think, right?
All day long. Yeah.
All day long, every day, and he was great. We had a great time together all the time. Yeah, he had his days, and he started over the years to get picky with food, and we've had a little bit of struggle with that. Like,
we still have a problem.
Yeah, we still have major struggle with that.
I mean, to be honest, it might have gotten worse. To be honest with you,
probably. But like, we had a great time, and then like when I have my time alone with Logan, he and I have a great time together.
Right.
He likes to watch, which is funny because Eli never really got into the old Disney movies.
No, he did not. No,
like the ones that I used to watch. And I'm not talking like princess movies. Mm-hmm. I'm talking like Robin, the Aristocats, things like that. Whereas Logan loves those movies with me. So like, when Eli was at school, Logan and I would hang out. We'd watch all the old movies together, and like I'd sit and teach him the alphabet, and we have different things on the wall that have letters and stuff, and he was starting to learn the different body parts and things like that, and we would have a great time. But now it's just like the two of them together in one room, or in one house. And the two of them separated, they're completely different people. Like, it's so funny because together they're just constant chaos. They're like one is feeding off the other's energy, but then you separate them, and it's like, oh, the house can be quiet for 5 minutes. Like it's, and I miss that time. I miss just having, and like I like that. I mean, I miss when Logan used to take naps, especially now. But I almost like it because he goes to bed earlier.
Well, tonight he went to bed. He was gone in 10 minutes.
Right, but like Eli would hang out down here with me, and we'll watch an episode of something together. We were watching Full House, and then we watched an episode of Proud Family.
Yeah,
get
some alone time with him. Definitely.
Like, yeah, I get, and I like that. I like being able to kind of, understand their personalities and things like that, and how they are outside of being, together all the time.
Here's the fascinating about this, though, is that through all this now, there's something to bond now. Like, Eli now begs for Logan's attention in the morning. Like, he'll come in the morning, like, we'll be asleep in the morning still, and here's Eli knocking on the door, do. And like, Logan, come with me. And I'm like, leave him alone, because like we know once they go in the room together and they're hanging out and playing around, he's going to be loud, number one, and then Logan will start complaining, screaming, just to scream, wake us up.
They bond, but then like Eli refuses to share his toys,
or they get rough a little bit sometimes.
Right, like, but I mean they're boys. It's just
we get that, right?
Chaos, but
right.
I mean, it's just sometimes we like our peace in the morning.
Sometimes,
every time,
all the time,
all the time.
So, and that's a challenge. And this is the challenge too with the situation is like how do we deal with the kids and get their energy out? Like the drives help a little bit to some degree. Sometimes Logan will fall asleep in the drive, which is cool. You get like a little critter cobwebs, take a little nap. Eli, it depends. We try to do little jogs with them every other day,
see,
whatever.
Like 7 weeks of this, and I'd rather deal with the drunken customers at work. I've to a point where I'm just like, I'd rather take the drunk guy complaining at the table than the constant chaos.
Yeah.
And as horrible as that is to say, I'm 7 weeks in, my sanity is gone. I want
the kids.
I need to get out. Like, I would give anything to just go sit in a restaurant right now.
The kids, like, it's never ending. Like, you tell Eli, for example, to stop something, and he'll stop something for 2 seconds, and he'll come back and do the same thing over and over again. You know, but again, I think it's also the situation. Like, they don't have enough. Like, kids, you know, they're not going to say this, but kids want structure. Like, Eli
does so much better off structure, and I think that's because I was lucky enough to be a stay-at-home mom with him, and I went according to his schedule, and he was the same way almost every day.
Right.
He would want to eat at the same time almost every day. He would want to nap, and yeah, as he grew, that changed. Mm-hmm. But it still, like, for months at a time, it would be roughly the same time every day. And with Logan, we didn't have that because Eli had his own schedule, and Logan, we were just kind of letting do his own thing. And now I don't think Logan, I mean, even when we try to structure a schedule for him, it just doesn't work out.
No.
So, like,
the only one that really helps, the only structure schedule that works out for him really is, especially now with him not napping as much during the day, is going to sleep at nighttime. 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
boom, he's all right, pretty much. That's because, which is good. I mean, we still get our nights,
right?
You know, which is great. You know, and I don't want to come off as complaining because we're not complaining, but this is the reality situation.
We're more so venting, and that's the thing is I think there are a lot of people out there who can relate to us, but then we feel like we're complaining because there are a lot of people, and we do know some people who are either unable to have this
people that have
or
the same situation, if not
don't
worse.
have this, you know, and it's. I don't know.
I don't know.
We love our children, obviously, you know, and you know, we do everything that we can for them, but being a parent is not easy. It is not easy.
Yeah.
And it has its moments where it's fun, but the majority of the time, it feels like, at least for me, it feels like a constant struggle.
It's definitely a challenge, you know, but.
Especially being the mom of 2 boys. Because from what I understand, at least from people that I've spoken to who have daughters and whatnot, you know, having 2 boys is just that chaos because they roughhouse and they, you know, they don't really want to share. They do things together, but then they don't want to do things together. They're so finicky sometimes.
So is this why we haven't done a podcast in over 2 months? Pretty much. I
think, yeah. Majority of the time, once the kids go to bed, I'm done. You know, I pour myself a glass of wine, and I'm done. I
gotta be honest with you, like even with my show, and I've said this many times on my show over the course of the last 6 months. To be honest with you, that especially with our schedules at work now. Well, we'll see what happens when we go back to work once things clear up. You know, by the time I put the kids to sleep, like I have literally like 10% of bandwidth left, and sometimes it can be a struggle for me to do a podcast.
Right, but like this for you is like a mental escape. Like this. For
yes,
you
but
gets you...
which it is. But again, there are those moments where I'm like, you know, I have everything planned out. Whether it be a guest or whether it be myself.
I've really yet to find something. I don't know. Like I started this 30-day wellness challenge thing.
How's that going for you? Do you like that?
Yeah, actually, I like it a lot.
Structure's good.
Yeah. Well, the first one was just like a 6-minute workout thing, and it didn't take very long, and the kids were all in my face while I was doing it. You know,
of course.
But like taking that minute of just cool down.
Yeah,
it's nice to kind of recenter yourself. You know, and I haven't done that. Like I haven't. I don't know. Even with work and having the kids, like even in our normal everyday, you know, I'd go out at nighttime sometimes after work, or you know, I would go out for lunch sometimes during the week, and that was like a nice way to kind of, you know, get back to myself. And I haven't had that here. I haven't been able to do that.
Yeah.
in quarantine and get away.
And you're really restricted because you can't go out anywhere to do that
Exactly.
because you can't go on the beach do it because it's closed and
it's difficult
parks are
for
closed.
me, which I think this is why I am a very good binge watcher, because that's the one thing that really does kind of get me out of my reality, you know.
Yeah.
And so, like, once the kids go to bed, I just sit here and I just watch TV. And that is not healthy. That is probably a very unhealthy way of coping.
But this situation is not. But to be fair to you, though, this situation isn't ideal either.
No.
You know, typically we're a lot more structured. Typically we have.
You still want to try to find a way to. I don't know.
What's funny? The first couple of weeks though, we actually were okay because we were doing a lot of house projects. We got stuff done upstairs.
Felt productive, but now, like, the house is just a disaster zone every day.
Because we clean it,
and then 10 minutes later, it's a mess again. Yeah. And you do this every day, and you're like, God, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Is like, when Eli was in school, Monday through Friday, Logan does not make that much of a mess. Logan takes out a couple of toys, puts them on his little pirate ship thing, and plays.
Yeah.
You know, or he'll play on the iPad, or he'll sit and he'll watch a movie with you, whereas Eli is just pulling out toys left and right, and even though you try to tell him, hey, when you're done playing with this thing, put it away, and then pull out the other toy.
Oh, he hates putting things away.
He
hates putting things away.
Oh, I know that.
He complains about that too. Like,
all the time. But then, like you ask, you go to do something, and he's like, oh, can I help? Can I help? Mm. And we're like, yeah, you can do this. And he'll be like, but I don't want to do that. It's like,
so what are you offering help for, right?
So, you know, but I have found that the two of them together make this giant mess.
Yeah.
And I get so sick of cleaning it every day.
That's why they're bad
because I know damn well the next morning it's gonna be happening again.
That's why they're banned from our room, because I don't want them going to my room and starting to
share
things out. Because their thing is, they go to the room, so jump in the bed all time. And then, like today, I made
on the bed, but then they were bringing toys in the bed. We'd go to sleep at night and end up sleeping on a
How about this? How about a couple hours ago before I went to sleep, I found Oreo cookies in the bed. 4 Oreo cookies in the bed. I had to move.
The Oreos weren't upstairs.
Well, no, it was upstairs, but Logan went upstairs. Took
with
3 in his hand without me knowing, and as I'm moving the kids off the bed, I'm like, "Oh God, really? Oreo cookies, really, dude?" You know. So
but anyway, like, we were keeping up on the house, we were keeping up on our projects, we were keeping up on, you know, everything that we wanted to get done in the house, and I think the only thing that we haven't gotten done is the garage, really, but that requires a little bit more hard labor than
a lot of stuff we got to organize there too.
Through stuff, you know, but like. That's why I went through the toys today, and I was like, "That's it. We're getting rid of all the broken toys. We're getting rid of all the."
And as I told you earlier today, like I think, like, with the kids, like, you know, over the course of the last 7 years, we collected toys between Eli growing up and then Logan, of course, in his 3 years. And to be honest with you, I be honest with you, like, and maybe it's different because of the era we're in now. Like, the boys are a lot more digitally sound. They're more into their iPads and to their tablets now than into the toys.
I feel like they're born with some sort of, like, technological gene.
Look at this. Eli has owned, 2 phones already?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how they know how to use these.
It's amazing. Like, Logan knows how to do it. Outside of knowing the passcodes or something, Logan knows how to navigate an iPad.
Yes.
He's 3 years old. Same thing with Eli. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think some of my nieces and nephews can do the same thing also, too. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's like they're born with a technological gene, and it like freaks me out. It's like you watch them do this thing, and you're like, how do you know how to do that? And now the thing is I've been lucky enough to be home a lot with my kids, so I've been able to see, like, how their thought process is.
It's really hysterical.
And, like, I will never forget Logan with the 3 switches. There are, in our downstairs living room, there are 3 switches. One for the light of the fan, one for the actual spinning of the fan, and then one for one of the outlets. And I remember this one time, we had turned the fan off. And he was playing with toys, and he was sitting there, and he looked up, and he noticed the fan was off. And so he got up, he found a stool, pulled the stool over to the switches, and then figured out which switch worked the fan.
Wow.
and then turned the fan back on, got off the stool, and went back to playing with his toys. Like, I watched him figure this all out. I was just like, you're genius.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was like 1.5, you know. So that was a little bit ago, a while ago. But just watching them kind of think these things through, and even still now, like he tries to figure out how to get through the gate. You know, like at the bottom of the stairs to go upstairs when it's locked.
He's a
like,
barbarian. He likes to break the gate. Let me
out he gets distracted. You know,
both gates too. Upstairs and downstairs.
When he can't figure it out. But I've seen him figure out the gate at the top of the stairs.
He's trying to climb over it now.
No, he's been able to open it.
He knows how to close it now. He knows how to close it, lock it, and everything.
But it's funny. Like we've been living here for what, 2 years now?
2 years now. Yeah.
And the stairs, like when we first moved in. He could not figure out the stairs.
What's funny though is I think he figured out the stairs, but I think he learned to climb the stairs within the first 2 weeks of moving here, though.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Is now he's figured out how to go up and down them without a problem.
He was a year old, I think, when we moved here. Yeah.
But like now he's figured out how to go up and down them without a problem. He's even figured out how to hold onto the railing, like all the way.
Oh yeah.
Back. And it just cracks me up because you watch him go down the stairs and you're like,
oh, he never.
How?
Oh, by the way, go up the stairs now. He doesn't even hold the railing. He just goes up.
Oh, I know.
I climb up that. Wow, like it's insane.
Like he used to slide down on his bottom and climb up with his hands and his feet. Now he just walks up and down the stairs.
He shows
off.
He shows off. The one positive about all this coronavirus, COVID-19, lockdown, quarantine, whatever you call it, I finally have been able to watch The Office. I'm almost done. Right now we're at season 9, middle of season 9. I'm finally making headway. You know, and everybody's telling me to finish it up.
You can't sit there and say it like that.
I have to admit, though, I think as much as I love the show, watching TV, I can't binge like I used to.
You can't sit there and say
what?
you've finally been able to watch it. You've had plenty of time to watch it.
You mean me before this?
Yes.
Well,
you have just made other
I'm sorry.
things a priority.
Well, I agree. I mean, I have a lot of distractions. You know, sports and wrestling,
I've finally been able to watch it because of quarantine.
Well,
no.
I mean, and it's the part where I don't really miss sports. Like, not missing sports has allowed me to actually dive into my,
It's not allowed you. It's given you a
opportunity. An opportunity.
It has made it so that it is. You really don't have a good enough excuse. But you know what's funny though?
Everybody is stunned. I don't miss sports. I'm like, why are you stunned for? Like, I guess I know why. People think I'm stunned, but. Like, to be honest with you, I haven't really missed sports pretty much since Kobe died.
Exactly what's going to happen when it comes back.
Maybe.
Don't maybe me. I know you too well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, watching this.
It's going to come back, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I need my sports, give me my sports, I need my sports, oh my gosh, I need my sports. And you are just going to dive into everything sports related.
Probably because it's been gone for a long time, probably, yes, so. But I think what's happened with me in the last, year, more than anything else, is that my interest, I still love sports, but there's only so much space for that now. That's our dog next to us snoring.
It's like it sounds almost.
I wish the listeners to the podcast could actually see how he's laying on our love seat.
Because he sounds human. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. No, so. No, but I think what's happening now with me is that through the last... This has been going on really slowly for the last couple of years, but especially last year, and it's reflected on my podcast, it's reflected on, just everything in general. Like, while I love sports, it's now sharing priority with other things now. Like, interests I am into. Like, it shares time with politics. It shares time with this, parenting, this and that. And that's the thing. Like, I told you last year, and I told a lot of people last year, that there was a point where I just got burned out talking about sports all the time, and it's like, okay, you
do get burned out on things, but I mean, it's surprised me that you're as fine as you are without them. At least for this long,
this kind of started. But to be honest, this kind of started last year. Last year was the first time in the NFL season where I actually didn't feel invested. Like, I watched the games, but I was so in and out of games. There were weeks I didn't watch any games, and I was okay with it. There were weeks I was like, okay.
Well, because you get burnt out.
Yeah. And then
things changed.
And then Kobe died. And that's
right.
what kind of stuff, really screwed me up. And then once we got into this this situation with the virus and the pandemic, it's like, sports, I do, but I'm not like wow about it.
No, because you have other things to watch, other things to do, other things to focus on.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like when you're at home all day, every day with 2 kids, you don't even have really time to think about yourself. You don't have time to even hear yourself.
That being said, I am still kicking myself why it took me so long to watch The Office.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the last year. I'm talking about the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. We know why you didn't take to it at first because of the camera stuff.
Yeah, but even me, like, we started watching it together, and then we got to like season 2, and you were like, "Oh, I'm going to take a break from it." And I was just like, "Are you okay if I keep going?"
And you just took off and left.
With it, and then it got to a point where you were just like, "Oh, I'll catch up to you," and I was like.
That was dumb of me to say, because that's never going to happen.
I was like, bitch, I'm on season 5. I'm 3 seasons ahead of you.
Bitch, I'm on season
you
5
ain't
already.
catching up. Okay? So, and you never did. And, I have been telling you once I finished it, I was like, dude, you really need to catch up on this. This show is so good. And you would love it. And, you turned to me.
It really shocked me that you loved the show as much as you did, because when we started watching the show, you did it because I kept pushing to watch it.
Yeah.
You had no interest in watching the show.
It is really not a show that I would have watched had you not pushed it, had it not been for, everybody around me talking about it. Mainly because of the way it's shot. I hate that documentary style type cinematography.
Typically, I'm not for that myself.
Crazy.
But it goes to show you that even the strength of the show is really the writing and it's clever. I think you and I share same favorite characters in the show, obviously, right?
Well, yeah, mainly
Stanley
and Kevin
and Jim. It's all 3.
Yeah,
I'm actually doing a podcast next week with Rosalind and G on our next week podcast. I'm ranking out 10 favorite characters in order.
One thing that you and I differ on with the show, which is one thing that I differ with everybody on, is I fucking hate Michael Scott. I never like him. Even through rewatching this with you, I still don't like him. There is not one redeemable quality to him at all.
I would agree with you. If he had ended at season 6, I probably would agree with you. But season 7, I think he redeems him a little bit.
Nope.
Now, is he my favorite character in the show? No. I think more than anything else, what bothers me with Michael Scott is
loves him.
The narcissism. What bothers me more than anything else. Not even so much the stupid. The show is slapstick. But the narcissism is what kills me.
He's a cringeworthy character, and you have to be able to really kind of be okay with that sense of humor. Where I guess I think.
But kind of so is Dwight though. So is Dwight though.
Yeah, but Dwight at times has these redeemable qualities that are just so blatant. He really cares about Pam, and he doesn't care about.
That is true though.
He doesn't care about Pam out of selfish reasons that he wants her to like him or anything like that. He actually gives a shit about what happens to her.
Right.
Whereas Michael Scott is more like, oh, I love you, Pam, but, do you love me? Can you give me a hug goodbye? Can you, it's the narcissism.
It's cringe. It is annoying.
Just, you watch him and you go, how? Okay, I think the thing is for me is I do not like stupid humor for the sake of being stupid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If it's stupid humor, what is that movie called? Zoolander.
Yeah, Ben Stiller.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Now that movie is god awful. It is stupid, but there are certain things out of it that are just hysterical. And they're stupid funny, but they're a riot. Whereas Michael Scott is just stupid for the sake of being stupid.
Yeah.
And I can't stand
it is cringe at times. It is cringe at times.
I can't take it.
No, Stanley to me was my favorite go. Obviously, I'll reveal and we can do on this podcast down the road when we have a chance to do our favorites and least favorites and whatnot. But yeah, Jim and Pam, I gotta tell you, Jim and Pam really grew on me. I didn't really care. It's funny. People love Pam and whatever, and it's just fun and all. Pam grew on me late though. I didn't really care for much by herself. Always loved Jim. Jim is smooth and whatever. But Jim and Pam as a couple really grew on me later. It took a little while. Obviously, I like Pam now, but
for me, they're one of the greatest TV couples.
Ooh, we should do a ranking on that one day.
You want to do a ranking on everything?
Oh, that's why I always do everything. Yeah. Oh, they're not better than what's her face and what's his face on Private Practice.
Who?
Charlotte. Was it Charlotte or was it
Oh, Charlotte and Cooper.
Yeah. Charlotte Cooper's a great couple, man. I like that couple.
I mean, I like them as a couple, but I mean, they're.
No, but
I like Jim and Pam.
I'm just glad I finally got to finish. Well, I'm not finished yet. I'm in the middle of season 9, the last season. By the way, and I made this point on social media today.
I don't think they beat out Corey and Topanga for me, though.
That's fine. Topanga's hottie anyway.
Or Monica and Chandler.
Okay. I'm going to say Ross and Rachel. I'm going to kill you. I hate Ross and Rachel.
Who? No.
Ugh.
Or Turk.
I'm so glad. Well, Turk. Right. That's our favorite. That's our standard. No. I can't stand Ross and Rachel. Can't stand them.
I know. Nobody can.
But yeah, I'm glad I'm making headway on it and almost done with it. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to share space now with my favorite sitcom. I would say my top 3 4 sitcoms of all time. No order. Scrubs, of course. The Office, The Jeffersons, and I don't know. That's the top 3 there.
You can't think of a 4?
Well, I got too many. I got Perfect Strangers. I got other 80s.
If you had to do your Mount Rushmore.
Well, Mount Rushmore. Right.
You need 4.
You need 4, right.
So what's your 4th?
Perfect Strangers. There you go.
Perfect Strangers.
Don't be ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
Speaking of ridiculous, I'm turning 40 on Friday.
I know.
Jeez.
You're 40 going on.
You met me about... Was I 25, 26 you met me?
26.
I had already turned 26 when you met me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like right after your birthday.
Yeah. Crazy. It's insane, isn't it? You know me 14. 14 years, 8 years, 9 years of marriage. 9 years of marriage and 2 kids. A dog. 2 dogs, technically.
We've had a zoo.
We had 2 dogs. We've had 2 dogs and 2 cats, right? Together?
We've had 2 dogs, 2 cats, 3 snakes, a chinchilla, a bunny.
All yours. Mostly yours. I'm responsible for the dogs.
That's it, right?
No. Oh, that's it, really? Is that it?
Is that it, though? Yeah.
I got a fucking zoo, man.
Now we're down to 1 dog and 1 cat, normal.
And that's it. Keep it simple. We got 2 kids, though. They take a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yes. No, I don't know. I'm kind of 40. This is crazy. I officially hit midlife, I think, right? Is the midlife considered 40 or 45 or 50?
I don't know.
Because everybody seems to think that 40 is a better decade. Like I remember when I turned 30.
So should I expect a crisis? Is that what you're telling me?
No. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Expect a crisis.
No. So like,
we're not buying sports cars, okay?
No, I'm not saying
it's not happening. No. Just remember for your crisis, we are not buying a sports car. It's not going to happen.
No.
There's not much else you can do because your head's already bald.
I really don't want anything, dude. All I want is to live a nice life, have my kids grow up, do well in school, go to college in 10 plus years.
What does that have to do with a midlife crisis?
I'm just saying I don't want anything. I don't want
But a midlife crisis is unexpected.
Right.
So it's not necessarily things that you want or things that you think you want, but you get to a midlife crisis and you're like, I need this thing because I need to feel young again.
I'll start wearing jerseys.
No.
Hockey jerseys.
No.
Without the cocks on Scrubs.
Gosh, you're going to wind up with your ears pierced again.
Oh my God.
You're going to ask me for a frickin' Beamer.
What's wrong with a Beamer?
Nothing's wrong with a Beamer, but we have kids.
Well, Beamer, I mean, you get a 4-seated Beamer.
No.
Come on.
Have you seen the truck? Have you seen the car? Okay.
No, I actually have no interest. It's funny. Somebody was telling me, what's your dream car? I'm like, dream car is one that's paid off. I don't have it. I'm so glad. I'm kind of out of that. It wasn't never really a phase of me, but there were moments where I should get like a a car. Just nah. I just want to. I don't have any debt when I get older. That's what I want. I want to be debt free. I want to be simple. That's my family. All I want for my birthday on Friday, all I want is my Carvel ice cream cake. I'm making some curry chicken, probably in my favorite Jamaican store. Maybe some beef patties on the side, some cola champagne, maybe some alcohol. My family, my wife, you, and my kids, and the pets, and that's about it.
You have a very small present.
Oh, really?
There's 2 items.
Did you hide it somewhere in the house?
I did. There are 2 items to it.
Do I have to go look for it? Or you have to? Oh, yeah. Is it
you
like
can look for it all you want.
Okay. So, 40 years old on.
You have between now and the 1st.
Yeah, between now and Friday. By the way, that's also my mom's birthday, for the record. She's turning 29 again.
Yes.
That's what we just I called her today. She's like, because Eli was asking, how old's grandma? I'm like, and I told her her age, and then he's like, no, she's not. No way. And I go, okay.
I had to teach him that anytime a woman starts to get over the age of 30, you just constantly wish them happy 29th birthday every year.
He's learning. He's gonna be a ladies' man.
Oh, I know. He's already got his girlfriend that he's like, I'm gonna marry her. I'm like,
yeah. He's gonna be one of those romantics, like old school romantics, and he loves hard.
Maybe.
You have to make sure he doesn't get hurt. You know what I mean?
He's just gonna ask 5,000 questions about it.
Anyway, anything else? He's the worst with that. Oh my god! Every time we watch a movie, you can't watch a movie without him asking questions.
Oh,
anyway, that's it. Anything else after this?
No.
Finally, my first podcast in 2 months. Over 2 months.
I think that's it.
So I'll see you in 2 months again.
I miss work.
Oh yeah, I know you do.
I miss going out.
So I guess we'll check in again in another 2 months, right?
Probably. If this continues, good God.
By the way, good luck with your new podcast, by the way, which will be launched soon. Raise your spirits.
Yes.
Yeah. Alrighty.